Have you seen Theo? Speaking of Nashville guys, you seen Theo do his impression of you?
Oh yeah, it's the fucking best. It's my favorite thing ever.
Shelly, roll at every acceptance speech. Yeah. See if you can find it, Jamie.
I want to thank the concrete lady.
Oh, Theo.
He did it with him and Joey
Diaz.
Diaz.
He wins an award. He gets up there and he's like, I just want to thank. Right now, there's somebody who's stuck under a bridge. There's somebody out there who's got a size 11 foot in a size 8 tennis shoe. I was a maitre d' at a macaroni grill. And now I'm a Grammy Award.
I'm going to tell you to keep. It's a simulation, Joe.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I just couldn't believe that I'd be at a place where Theo Vaughn would be my buddy. He came to my LA show. It just made me so happy. I almost cried when I seen him. I was so excited. But then to have him, just fuck, dude. I've said this a lot. There's a dream for an artist. There's nothing more pop culture than being brought up in a comedy special. Like, if you was an artist back in the old days and you got brought up on an HBO special, you were on fucking fire. You could not be bigger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have those, that's to me is like those unreal moments when you watch a guy like Theo with his platform impersonating me to a T, and we're friends too, and it's just like, man, I never thought I'd win an award to give a speech, or more or less that the speech would be so viral that a comedian would have an impression of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's the greatest. That's the greatest compliment you can be paid in pop culture, is if a comedian will burn on you a little bit.
That's hilarious. That one was perfect.
I'm still like, that's my, like, the first time I get dropped in a special, I'm going to lose my shit. It's going to remind me of little me watching HBO specials. You know what I mean?
If someone's listening to this right now, some comic's probably going to write a bit, put you in there.
Don't be mean. No, just be funny.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Theo.
Yeah, right.
Maybe Theo will do that in a special.
Theo's such a, I don't know.
We're trying to steal him from Nashville.
God, I'm
trying to steal him.
Well, listen, for what it's worth, I think the wife and I are on the way too.
Really?
Yeah. You know, my wife was born in Houston.
Oh, okay.
She's always had Texas in her heart. I went out on the river up here, and I'm coming, Bubba. I'm telling you, man, I love it, dude. I just love the city. I love the space. Before I got here last night, just the few people that knew I was coming, I'd already got texts from my friends down here, from Carrie to Bruce to people that, even my wife was like, "You love it there." I was like, "She loves Texas anyway, so she's all in." We're talking about it. It's
That's
real
beautiful.
Thing. Yeah, we'll always be back and forth because Nashville's always Nashville to me.
Are you friends with Gary Clark?
Yes, yeah. I love Gary Clark. By the way,
Gary Clark's a wizard. He's a wizard.
That's something else. I was talking to his manager's name's Scooter. Have you ever met Scooter?
Yeah,
Scooter's the best. And I was like, I think if I came down there, we would get, if I brought the culture, the way I approach songwriting in Nashville here, I think we could have a little paradigm shift down here too.
Why not?
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
That's what you feel
Let's
me,
fucking
Bubba?
go, Jelly Roll.
Let's go.
Come on,
Joe
man.
Rogan.
A musical mothership.
Hey,
let's go.
I've told you this before, drunk, and I meant it then, and I mean it now. I'm going to come to you one day, and it's not going to surprise you, I hope. And I'm going to, with a concept about doing the you just giving me the right to call it the music mothership in Nashville.
I'll give you the right now.
All right, cool.
Go for it.
I got a plan, man. Because what y'all do for comedy, we have singers. Have you ever been to a writer's round?
No.
Joe, when you come to Nashville, please come a little early. Let me take you to a writer's round.
Okay.
You will have a ball. So what happens is the songwriters who are writing all these big hit records in town they go to these bars and they do writer's rounds. They'll set up 3 or 4 bar stools. And every songwriter will have a guitar, and they'll sing a song they wrote and tell you the story about the song. Oh. And it's the coolest thing ever, because it's a dude, not being funny, but a dude that looks like me if I wasn't me, or a dude that looks like young Jamie, and then he sings Live Like I'm Dying by Tim McGraw. And he tells the most heartfelt story about where he was at in his life when he wrote the song and how he came up with the concept for it.
Oh, wow.
And it's this beautiful thing. And there's only one place in town that's really famous for it. It's called the Bluebird Cafe. They happen everywhere. And the first time I left the mothership, I was like, I'm doing this for music. I'm going to create this same culture for our songwriters, because what happens is if you can create a place where people feel safe, they show up.
Yeah.
So what happens is, because I don't go to the Bluebird Cafe a lot because it's a pain in the ass to get in and out of. So if one of my friends calls like, hey, I'm at the Bluebird, it's a legendary spot and I love it. They're like, will you come sing something with me? It's like, you know what I mean? There's no structure. It was, you built your club for comedy. You knew that if the comedians were happy, they would show the fuck up. And that if you did everything you could to cater it to the comedians first, that they would come and bring their best and the best comedians would be there, which means that people were going to come see the best art, right? Same concept I'm going to try to do with music. It's my next move, dude. Let me open my bar first, Bubba, and I'm going to circle back about this.
That's a great idea.
I just want your right to call it. I don't want no
100%.
money.
No, do it.
I just want to call it the Music Mothership.
It's a great idea.
And we'll talk about the logo because I want to kind of do a music. I want to do like a guitar version of the alien. You know what I'm saying?
Do it. Do it up. Do it up.
Imagine your little alien with a guitar. You know what I'm saying? And call it the Music Mothership.
Why not? Well, the idea behind it, you could definitely apply to music.
Yeah, for
Same
sure.
kind of idea.
Take the phone. So you know what else? What happens too? I thought about this. If I take the phones like y'all do, then it becomes a laboratory,
Yeah.
right? Because then
Yeah.
it goes from like, not only will I sing you the hit I just wrote, how about I got a song Morgan Wallen's finna put out next month that nobody's heard?
Ooh. Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 And it's a safe place. Morgan shows up to sing it. Nobody's videoing. Nobody's picturing.
People know it's a laboratory too, and that's another exciting thing about it. Like when you go to the Mothership, you go to that Bottom of the Barrel show. That's a full laboratory show.
My favorite show I've seen there.
Nobody knows what the fuck it's going to be about. You're just reaching into a barrel and pulling out suggestions.
Yeah, that a bunch of people that are Mothership fans wrote on paper.
Yeah.
It gets wild immediately. There's fucking not. There wasn't a warm up question. It's automatically to the. Brian Simpson is so good at it. By the way.
Yeah, well, it's his show. But the reason why it's so good is because it's like a premise factory. Like you just get ignited by this thought that you didn't think of before that. Like in that moment, someone says something about fire trucks, and then you're like, you know about fire trucks, and then all of a sudden there's a bit.
Right.
Like all of a sudden, because of necessity, because you're forced into the situation where you're trying to, like, it's literally like you're calling on the muse on the stage. And, you know, a lot of times it's nothing. Like 7 out of 10 times, you ain't got shit for that bit. But every now and then you catch fire, and that becomes like a bit.
Oh, have you ever had one birth into a bit?
A bunch of them. I'll tell you which one's off stage.
Okay.
Or off camera,
Oh,
but
please.
a bunch of them.
That's
Bunch
awesome.
of them. Yeah, a bunch of them. Because it's just like that little room, too, is like so, like you can't bullshit anybody in that little room.
No, I like it. It feels like we're all sitting Indian style together.
Yeah, there's only 100 people in there.
Yeah.
110, I think, is when it's fully packed.
No,
It's
I
just
love-
like, Dave was the first person to go on stage there.
Really?
Yeah. Well, actually, Shane first. Shane opened for Gillis. Gillis opened for Chappelle. We didn't even tell the audience who was going on stage. We just said it's a special intimate show. The show sold out like that. Nobody knew who it was. And then Gillis goes on stage, does 15 minutes, and he brings up Dave. And Dave did like an hour and a half. God. And